Just thinking about shame. So to be shameless is to slide into like not taking accountability whatsoever for anything that has ever gone on, but to be so shameful that then you're debilitated in your actions of any kind of vulnerability is also an aspect of the shadow, kind of swinging from one side to the next. So there needs to be a healthy amount of shame within your accountability and within your process. But if you're finding that you're like full of shame to the point where you are struggling to release that shame, and you are, you're just kind of like have a lot of things that you feel shame for in your behaviors or things that you did at one point. One of the best things to do is to utilize the earth. The element of the earth neutralizes all things. So what you can do is get yourself some dirt and a plant, because this is a good way to watch like the growth, because often we do a shameful action and then we get stuck in that memory that we made that mistake once, and then we don't ever want to do that shameful thing ever again, and we kind of get stuck. Pardon my stuff on my face. But we don't want to ever do that action again, and then we keep going back though to that shame that we felt that moment that we did it, and then it causes us a debilitation of being able to move forward in our process in our life. So a great exercise to do is to build yourself a shame altar. One of the things, like I was saying right at the beginning, is that earth is really good for neutralizing all things. So whenever you're doing any of the neutralization techniques, you're sweeping somebody, you're cleaning somebody, you always are sending it down to the earth. You always want to give it to the earth. You don't want to give it to the air, because then it's just flowing around and you can smuck someone with your shit. You want to send it into the earth so that it'll compost and fertilize and become this transmutated process quite rapidly and quickly. So one thing that you can do is get yourself a little plant, get yourself, some dirt and some stuff, and as you're going through your process of potting your plant, talk about all the things that you have shame to. You can literally speak into the dirt, or you can just speak it at the plant and at the dirt as you are planting the plants or plant, whichever it is. You can, release the dirt to outside, or you can choose to think of it as, fertilizer, and that this healthy shame is healthy, and it can be like, everybody shits. But that becomes fertilizer. So you make your shame altar, you speak about all the things that you have shame about, and you put it into the dirt. And then you watch the growth that comes from admitting that process of shame, but also releasing that shame to be neutralized. You can make notes, journal. It's important to keep this in one little contained section and not just have it out in the open. This is your shame. It doesn't mean you have to show every single person on the planet that you have done something shameful at some stage or another. No one needs to even know that it's there, but we do need to be accountable to ourselves, even in small moments, on things that we are struggling with. So that's where a little shame altar is good. And then when you go to that altar, you speak to that earth, you speak to that plant. Maybe you journal about the things that you feel shameful about, then you burn it. Maybe you wash it with the water beforehand. Whatever process feels right, so that you can abate yourself of things that you feel guilty about and that you feel shameful about. And then you compost it and you nurture these plants just like little you. We all make mistakes. We all have shadows. We'll have things going on. And that's where the plant is a really nice thing, because it can neutralize, but then also it'll nurture from everything that you put into it, and you can watch it grow, just like you will, as you work through things like this and let them go. So, use it like fertilizer. We all poop. You're going to be okay. Shame altar. It's a good idea. Over and out.